today is grabbing to, for example, turning your opponent to manipulate him in some direction. What's usually done, let's say I want to grab him by the shoulder and turn him so I can continue on with the lesson. What I usually see is the person will be doing their lesson and they'll grab, then they'll turn. What happens when you do that? You've hit him, you grab him, he's on red alert now, he's being grabbed. So when you try to turn him, it's very easy for him to resist because you've already given him warning. It's like if I were to hit him and said, I'm gonna hit you right here, and then try to hit him. You don't give the guy warning where you're going to hit him. So what I want to do in a move like that, I don't want to grab, hit, grab. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is the first motion he feels is the direction I want him to go. So I press in, and my first hit will be in that turning direction. The first thing he's going to feel is coming that way, so I can continue. If I were to grab him with my right hand, I'm not going to reach up, grab, give him warning, and then try to turn him. Just turn. Because even without him countering me, he can just counter by stiffening up his body. But if the first thing he feels is I come up, and the first thing he feels is the hit turn. Hit, grab, turn, all in one. Again, I don't want to grab him, give him warning, and then try to manipulate him. The first thing he needs to feel, boom, boom, is the direction I want him to go, so I can continue with what I'm going to do. Similarly, in a lesson where, say he throws the right, common lesson, boom, and then you're going to reach behind his head to bring him off balance. First thing you do, you don't want to hit and grab, and then try to bring him forward. If I hit him to grab him, a lot of times that is usually going that direction. And then I grab him and then try to bring him back using my arm strength, mostly against his body weight that I just launched that way a few inches with my backhand. What the first thing I want him to feel as I press in and then soften my horse is coming forward. That's the first thing I want him to feel, is the direction I want him to go. The first thing I want him to feel is coming forward. I'm using my body weight, I'm pressing, and then softening the horse and pressing again to hold him down. But I don't want to step in, hit this direction, and then try to use brute strength to move him, which is a lot of times what's done. People come in, they hit, and they think he's just going to go in a little circle here and then they can bring him forward. It doesn't work well that way. You got to be really strong. You rake, and the first hit is forward. Forward. Not away from you. I'm bringing it this way. Rotating the shoulders, hitting with the back of the hand, and using my horse. Pressed horse, soft and press to hold him down so you can then continue to throw. Grab him. Another point about this. When I reach behind his head, I don't want to grab, see my hand. I don't want my hand in this position. When my hand is in this position, my elbow's up, and this is the direction that my arm will be moving. If my elbow's down, when I retract my arm, it's in a position of strength as opposed to out. I'm not as strong here as I am here, especially manipulating a strong weight. If you're doing push-ups, you usually don't want to do push-ups out here. It takes more strength and you can do fewer of them than if you're in close and tight with your elbows tucked in. So with my elbow like this, it's not tucked in, it's up. I'm using a lot of arm strength and straining my shoulder, even if I'm softening my horse, using my body weight. If it's down, elbows down, then it's in position. I've got more strength to secure him. My hand ends up on the back of his neck like this, but it didn't start that way. It starts this way with the elbow down. As he comes forward, it folds down, so it's in that contact. So you have the whole palm on him to then hold him down, reverse your horse, and then drive, hold him down and drive with the other hand. What's done often in a form is where we will step forward, pull the head down, and punch back a neck. Pull the head down, punch back a neck, pull the head down, punch back a neck. In a form, you can pull the head down, punch back a neck, but you can't manipulate a person down while you're stepping. My body weight's going forward. I'm not going to bend him down. What you need to do is you step forward, you press your horse, you come around behind. The only way to keep your elbow down is to actually hit with this part of the hand, not this part, because now the elbow's out again. You press, soften the horse, and press again. You're holding his head down. And as you're pressing down the second time, you hold it, release, punch back a neck. So you step, pull the head down, press, punch. Press, pull the head down, punch. Pull the head down, you hold it in place, and punch. Not as you're stepping forward, pull the head down, and you can't do it. The head's got to be down first. If I do it this way, press, put my hand flat against his head with a little resistance, he's very able to resist it. I've got to have the elbow down so I can have utilize more of my body mechanics. My arm is a smaller muscle, but if the elbow's down, I get to utilize it in addition to my legs, my hips, my shoulders. If my elbow is out, if my elbow's out, my hand's in this motion, I can still use the other parts of the mechanics, but I'm losing this. Losing this. It's a smaller muscle, not as strong, but I'm losing it, and it helps a lot in this particular technique picture. Bring in, pressing, punching. There's not many moves in a form where you actually manipulate weight. Notice forms are strikes. They're kicks. They're not wrist leverages. They're not throws. They're not hip throws. They're predominantly strikes. This is one of the few moves where you're pressing, body weight, utilizing body weight, his body weight. You're manipulating his body weight to do something to him. I'm not really sure if there's any more of those. But almost everything in a San Soo form is strikes, kicks, or ways of manipulating your body weight, but not his. And it certainly doesn't teach you to manipulate somebody else's body weight if you're trying to pull the head down, step, and hit all in one sequence like that, as opposed to press, pull the head down, press, hit. It's a coordinated sequence. A form is supposed to teach you a coordinated, unlike how I talk, a coordinated sequence of movements. When you want to manipulate somebody with a grab, the first thing they should feel is the direction you want them to go. Utilizing your body weight. I'm not stepping up and then using my arms. I press, I hit him, get him in structure in front of my shoulder, manipulate him where I want him to go. First thing I want him to feel is the direction I want him to go. Not hit, bring him around in a circle and bring him back down. Because, again, when I hit him in a particular direction and then try to manipulate him in another direction, I'm fighting all his body weight. In the case where I hit him in the direction I want him to go, I'm utilizing my body weight.